Amtex has been working with IBI in this for a while. Now, we'll say, obviously Amtex's partnership with IBI has been a lot of different things, and we've worked with them in a lot of different ways with their clients. Plus years, we mentioned at the very beginning, there's been a deep partnership between our teams for a very long time. And something that Amtex has really enjoyed being a part of the journey of IBI through all the years, and look forward to many more. So we do a lot of WebFOCUS implementations and upgrades. We've done some other things as well, mentioned on the other slide, but our primary group here has been working on implementations, developing applications for people. And like I said, we also get involved in a lot of upgrades and remediations with that. I think we are both jointly committed to the software, and mostly using that software to be able to hit your needs with it, to be able to solve problems for clients with it. So we have worked with a lot of different products. I will be honest, IBI is one of the best, if not the best, at solving problems and actually meeting those results that you want. Focus on 9.3, again, getting you to that point is a very joint effort between the both of us. Our partnership is in a lot of things I mentioned before, primarily services, but we have in the past helped with Q&A and even some development on the product side has been long ago. Support, we help support clients who just want us to help support their platform. Managed services type of engagements, helping augment product development teams and those type of things. But a main thing is just being able to enable you guys to be successful. So. And we're going to slip that one for right now. So I want to kind of concentrate on the process here. Hannah kind of talked to you at the very beginning of that. As she mentioned, there is a website that you can go to. You can fill out some information and you can get started in the program. And with that comes the self-assessment, being able to use a tool that we've used internally for a very long time. We actually have had our loving name of it, the Flux Capacitor. I don't know where that started from, but from my days working at IBI services years ago, it's been used to kind of help us guide our clients on what these upgrade efforts are going to look like. The nice thing about it is it seems like every release becomes less and less of a project, so that is nice, but there is always QA and testing that comes with it. But you guys can sign up, complete that assessment. There's some other things that come with that to complete, and then from that, typically we'll do a call. And this part is very important, and we want to be able to understand, again, like I said, there's many ways to do this. What is your approach? You guys are do it yourself type of organization where you guys want to understand from the assessment what it's going to look like, our ideals on the things that you're going to have to do to get it done, and then you guys take it and run. Are you looking for somebody to kind of take that on? Are you wanting to do a modernization as part of this? Are you wanting to kind of take parts of your applications and modernize those? Or are you wanting to completely redo it? Just having that introductory and discovery call helps us really understand and be able to focus our findings for the workshop on your approach to it. Because everybody, like I said before, everybody has a different approach to what they're wanting to do. So we'll get that feedback along with the actual completed assessment. And then as part of that as well, we'll do typically, usually doesn't take more than an hour, but we want to be able to do a hands-on, or at least a eyes-on view of your application to be able to see that the assessment tool that we use gets you probably 75% of the way there from understanding all the common issues that come up. But if we can kind of get a look and see of the actual application, we can have a much better feel for what level of complexity you're at, what that scoping is going to be, and those type of things that can help you really drive your decisions later on. So the workshop, again, is geared towards being able to kind of present that data back to you. Obviously, the results, we want to be able to share the magnitude of things that you'll need to fix if there are fixes that are required. Like I said, thankfully, from release to release, that becomes easier and easier, especially for those who are developing the applications and the GUI tools that are with that, which seems to be more and more lately. The complexity level of that, and just a lot of good feedback that we'll be able to give you, along with kind of what that process should look like, whether it's us taking it on, whether you guys take it on, those type of things. So we'll do some scoping as part of that. Again, these projects are depending on your footprint with WebFOCUS. We see every time these are getting to be easier and easier. We have some that it's just a couple of weeks to be able to do these. We have some that have very large implementations that are a little bit longer. But being able to scope that out, help you understand what the magnitude of effort is, and not just for us to be able to come in and do an install, migrate the software, and make sure everything's fixed, but incorporating your processes in that with your user acceptance testing if you have that, your production rollout, any timelines that you have associated with that. So being able to really create that process, that timeline for you guys to do that. And then, of course, from there, it's just basically a platform upgrade. And then, whether that's us doing that or you guys doing that, we'll understand that throughout the process. And then migrating the code. And the part, again, that we see that continues to shrink is that remediation part. But there still is remediation. If there's some special things in your code that have to be drawn out, some things that you guys have custom created, just things that we know that aren't working from version to version, those will be identified as part of the assessment for the most part, and those will be fixed in the remediation, either by you guys or us. Testing, if our team's involved, we'll do unit testing before we hand it over, but most of our clients want to do some type of UA testing as well. So, and we'll work with you on what that strategy looks like, and how to work with the different teams that are involved with that from your side. How do we get feedback from that? How do we, if there's any bug fixes that need to happen with that, how do we do that? And then, of course, production rollout, getting all this stuff out in production, and even support beyond that if needed. So, again, the process for this is pretty simple. I know there's a few steps in here, but the first step is just sign up and complete the assessment. That's pretty easy. This goes pretty quickly, and depending on your footprint, for a lot of our clients, we're not looking at a substantial process. So, and the great thing about it is we've worked with, even before this program, our goal is to give you guys the flexibility you need for yourself, because everybody has difference in how they want to do it. We want to fit into the way that you guys want to be able to do it. With that being said, we do have some design. We usually end up doing some type of custom with this, but first part of that being like a one to do day. If you're one of those who just wants to take on part of this program to really understand the magnitude of it, but you guys want to completely take on the work after that, usually 1 or 2 days to be able to do that initial assessment and then give us the feedback so we can do the workshop with you. That's pretty cut and dry for that way of doing it. We'll send you the slides if you want to read through this more completely afterwards. More than glad to. Mentoring, we do with some clients where we'll do that same thing. So we'll do all the work up to the workshop, give you guys the feedback, but we'll maybe take on certain parts of it and do the upgrade, do the migration remediation, and mentor your team on what that looks like so you guys can take it forward, and then we can support you there afterwards. So there's kind of a hybrid approach to that if your team wants to do that. This one I will say is good for learning. So there's things that you can learn as part of this. If your team is wanting to kind of take some of these on in the future by themselves. Full scale upgrade, I'll be honest with you, we probably do more of these than anything. That's probably just the nature of our business, but people who want to be able to do all the things we said before, except for they want us to kind of take on that full remediation and product rollout. So again, everybody has their own way of doing this. Our job is to work with you to kind of find out what you're looking for, which method fits best to what you're trying to do, and help you guys figure that out. The full scale, again, is going to vary depending on your footprint and how many reports you have. So, but we definitely will work with you to truly understand what that's going to be, the right process. We've done these enough time. We've got resources that have done these. They know things to look for. So the efficiencies of what we do is very good. So Amtex, I mean, again, I keep saying this, we've done a lot of these, but we really have. Even in my days when I worked at IBI on the services team with Amtex as a partner, I can tell you we've done a lot of these things. Decade of using the actual solution. Upgrades, even though they become less and less of a thing, they still are for every software that you upgrade, something that has to be looked at and done. So, but we've gotten very good at doing that. When I say good, I mean very efficient and very quick and hopefully less consuming of your time to be able to get these things done. And again, that's the goal for everybody. So you can get to the right version you want, start working on things that are going to create new value with that new software that you've got on there. We are completely focused on what your needs are. That's why we do provide a lot of flexibility. So whatever way that you guys are wanting to look at that, we'll definitely take that into account. We do have processes for how we do that helps us be efficient, but certainly we want to know what you're looking for so we can tailor it towards that. So we mentioned earlier there is a link. I put it up here at the top of this. Again, this will be sent out after this. So if you haven't found out already, I think we were going to try to put it in chat. I can't see the chat, so I'm not sure if we have or not. But anyway, it's really easy. Just go to the link and you can go ahead and start signing up for the program and kicking things off. And Hannah has done a great job of working with us to kind of manage that as it comes in, and make sure that we're following up and doing our part to keep this moving very quickly. So We are glad if you guys are looking at any of this stuff, please contact IBR or Amtex. You'll have all of our contact information from this. If you just don't know how to run the tool, or you run into any issues along the way that you just want feedback on, before we have an initial discovery call, please don't hesitate to reach out at all. We're more than glad to help through email, through phone, whatever way works. And again, we are very big on creating that tailored upgrade for your roadmap. Again, I would just say we're at an area where this 9.3 version, we're all excited about it. Lots of great things. Let's get started. We're glad to work with you to kind of get you to where you want to go and continue to build your analytics, your data platform where you need it to be.